go. We're actually on a new route today. Well, even though it's an existing route that came from a previous operator, but it's a new route to my channel. And this route is the Diamond Bus DIA356 from Worcester to Grafton, Flyford, which goes via Crowley, or Crowley, whatever that is pronounced as. And this was previously done by LMS Travel. If you remembered, LMS used to do it with the darts and the enviros, and LMS have only got a few services now, and this route is now operated by Diamond Bus. So this is my first go on the 356, and this is the last of the 3500 series left here in Worcester, because if you remember, there was the 355, the custom operator route that went to Droitwich, that's now known as the 22 and the 22A. So we've got an first street light, and of course first street lights fit perfectly with the first bus routes here in Worcester. But if you remember, first did have their official street lights, but they've gone to like Bristol way and also to Wales, so they've exchanged them and replaced them with Enviro 200s and Enviro 300s, and they've even got Enviro 400s. So this is my first go on the 356, first time for me, and this journey has just come off the 21 that goes to Regency Gate and Diamond Screen. So, wow, it's nice to see Diamond Kidderminster has stretched to do some Worcester local services, because traditionally Diamond operated the 296 and 294 that go into the Wire Forest area, but the 296 is going to Bewdley, and the 294 the peak time service to go on to Kidderminster, and then of course you've got the regular Kidderminster service, the 303. The 296 however did go to Kidderminster, but it used to be known as the 295. But obviously the 296 was created by Coniston under Worcestershire County Council contract, because obviously the 15 going up and down Wilden Lane, so that meant Coniston had to withdraw, so that means the council had to withdraw the contract on the Wilden Lane section from the 295 into Kidderminster. So only the 303 is the main service that runs from Worcester to Kidderminster. So you can see just passing is a red Virus 100. That's working 35 service. That connects Worcester and Blackpool. That route was traditionally run by a Citaro, a Mercedes-Benz Citaro, but obviously the Citaros have now been retired. I do miss the Citaros here in Worcester, but the only operator that runs Citaros in Worcester now is Yarrington's, that does the 758 service to Tunbridge Wells. So we're on our way to. So as you know, it's a beautiful sunny day today here in Worcester. Temperatures. So obviously, as always, we are going to hydrate ourselves. But I'm looking forward to this journey. This will go into rural settings, so this is going to be good, a rural service. So this is going to be a rural route all the way to Kidderminster. This is not Kidderminster, to Grafton, Flyford, and on to and through Crowley. So anyway, there's a Enviro 200 working for 38 service, bound for the city centre from the Royal Hospital. It's a nice route, 38 is, and others. As you know, we do have services that go up to the hospital in Worcester, which is the Royal. And so there's Majestic Wine Warehouse, the Wine Warehouse. So here we are, we're now at Shrub Hill Station, which was opened on the older Oxford, Worcester and Wolverhampton railway. So here we are. So anyway, this is so we've just gone by Worcester, so we're just by Worcester Shrub Hill, so we're now at traffic. So there's a little bit of a tight turn here, twisty road, to get us to so this is going to be a fantastic run up to Grafton. Obviously I've never been to Grafton before. I think I've been past it when I did the 149 back in 2022, but I have got more videos to deliver to you, and obviously the YouTube channel has thrived a lot lately. It's thrived, it's gone really, really fast. It's got even bigger and stronger than the previous year that it's happened. So we're now going into a tunnel. So obviously we are dimmed in the tunnel at the moment. Just have to drop the camera because obviously, even though you can take photos and videos in the public space, but obviously you gotta watch it with people, because you don't want to include them at random, because if they wish you not to use the footage, you must comply with the instructions. That's a bit like on the Virgin Atlantic flight. As I said before, taking photos and videos footage is allowed on the flight, but you must get consent from other customers or crew before you include them. If for any reason the crew member asks you to not take any photos or video footage, please comply with the instructions. So, here we go. We're now on our way to Grafton. Going up to Grafton. So we're just going by the Lidl. Wow, this is a new credit for me, this route 356. Because I know I was desperate to get onto this new local service in Worcester. So obviously, most of the new routes I've done this year so far was the full 23A to Hall from Wednesbury, and of course the 674 run by Worcester Community Transport to Utrecht. Also done a handful of other of the new services. I've done the 310 from Willen Hall to Wednesbury by Darlaston, Darlow. So I've been on the Darlow run, and of course I've done one of the other new routes as well, the 30 from West Brom to Wednesbury to West Brom. Of course I did do the X5, which was the Bangor console service, but obviously Bangor's coming off the console, and Chase Rider will be taking over mechanic based. Because obviously Bangor ends the contract so they end the contract soon, and then Chase Rider will be taking over the running of the service. As you know, the temperature is very bright today, so I've got a lovely sunny day here in Worcester. So now going along, I think this is where also the 24 route goes along as well, the one that goes to like Kilbury Estate. So this is a little bit of a tight turn. This actually reminds me a bit of the 530 service to Rocketpool that goes from Wolverhampton, because obviously it looks like we're on like the Rocketpool Estate, but obviously no, this is Worcester. So there's a little bit of obviously I do like it's a nice route, to be honest, the 356 down through the country lines. Well, obviously I think this is where the 38 goes. First bus on the Midland Red. Can't you believe that we're actually on a bus? Anyway, as you know, we can't believe we're actually on a bus that's similar to the other bus companies within this boundary. So we're now en route. We're now going around these tight roads. So we're now on the tight roads. know, it's a little bit tight. Obviously, as you know, it's important I make sure everything is done good. So might be doing more Worcester services in the upcoming weeks. Might be doing, might eventually do the X50 up to across to Evesham. So might go do the Evesham route at some point, and also get across on the 247 to Redditch. So I might get the Redditch one at some point. So here we are. As you know, this is so we're now by Guildford Close. So sorry if I'm having to miss out most this footage. That's because we don't want, just don't want to get caught or something. So it's got to be very, very mindful. So we are now anyway, we're now on the Mortlake Avenue. So as you know, this is new route for me. I've never done a 356 in my life. Never been on a 356 in my whole life. So this is one route I want to experience, especially with the little twisty road, especially with the countryside area, despite them having to go around these estate areas. So the time is now 11:50. We should be, so it's going to be like 2 hours before we get back to Worcester. So we're now just come off this twisty road, so Silverdale Avenue. So this is so as you know, LMS still continue to operate the other services in Worcester. So they still operate the city centre route, the 39. It goes from Blackpool through the city centre and onto Lower Wick. And also they also do the 423 that goes from, and then there's the 423, and then there's the 423 as well. So you got the 423, you got the which I don't know where that one goes to. 423, I think it goes to Suckley. And then of course over in Malvern you've got the 42 that goes to the Fruitlands and the Morrisons, Barnsley. And so those are the following LMS services, and of course we've got the 24 that goes over to Kilbury. We're now just done the loop around this part of the estate, and now we're doing the section to Grafton. So we're now going to go to Grafton. Now this is a bit of a twist and turn on this one. It's a bit of a twist. So this is a bit of a twisty route, this one is, especially with the roads. This is a bit like the 24 service in Dudley. That goes all the way to 24 service that goes Merry Hill to Blackheath. It used to go all the way to Dudley via Warrants Hall. So anyway, we're now okay then, here we go. We're now en route to, we're now on our way to Grafton, Flyford via Crowley. So we're now going to take the next turn. So anyway, we're just now doing this turn. So we're now doing a turn round. So this way goes to Grafton, Flyford. I can't believe there's a lot of all these parked cars on these roads itself. Yeah, a lot of these roads are so tight. So we're going to go to Grafton. So we're now on our way to Grafton. How tight these lanes are. They're so windy, these roads are. Canterbury Road, and now we're back onto the main road. So the main road is going to take us up into, so this is going to take us all the way to Grafton. Obviously I know this is a very, very long journey, so anyway, we're just now by the main hospital, which is the Royal Hospital. So this is the Worcestershire Royal. So now, as you know, Diamond actually do their version on the 38, which goes from the city centre here to the Royal Hospital. So we're now by the Royal Hospital. It's the terminus of the 38 service from Worcester, which is the direct service, and of course you've got the 36. It also comes here that goes round Blackpool Way. And of course this used to be the terminus of the original Midland Red 303 service, well, which is now the Kidderminster to Worcester service. So it's the terminus of the 303 from it was the terminus of the 303. It also went to the Redditch Alexandra Hospital. So we're now going on the direction to Crowley. So now going to Crowley. So here we go. Now going into the countryside, all the way to Crowley. So Crowell, Tiverton and the Grafton Flyford. So we actually can't cover this part here when we used to do when we did the 149 service. So taking the exits. So exit 1 goes to the Walton Villages Business Parks, while exit 2 for Crowley and Tiverton. And wow, this is a new route for me. New route today. First time on the 356. And if you look over there, there's the motorway. Yes, that's the M5. So we're now going across the M5 motorway. That goes from like West Bromwich all the way down to, it passes through Worcester, then into Gloucestershire. It's near to Stransham services, so it'll go into Stransham, then it'll cross over, head into Gloucestershire, it'll go past the lovely Tewkesbury Abbey, then it'll go on to Cheltenham, Gloucester, then it'll go by Gloucester services before reaching Stroud and Cam and Dursley, and then after Cam and Dursley it will then go on to it'll then go into like Bristol. It'll go to Michael Wood services, and then it will come towards Cribbs Causeway by the RAC Tower. Then it'll go over the Avonmouth Bridge at Avonmouth by the docks. Then it'll go past Clevedon, Nailsea, Weston-super-Mare. Then it'll go down towards Bridgewater, over towards Clompton, and then it will terminate further down at Exeter, where then roads will then have to continue on to Plymouth and also on to Paddington and Torquay. So this is a new thing for me. So exit 1 goes towards Droitwich. So exit 1 goes towards Droitwich, the N458 and 38, and then this one is for Crowell and Tiverton. Crowley and Tiverton. So wow, new service for me today. This is. I've never done a 356. Well, I know I've heard this is a good route, and obviously my first ever LMS travel service that I've rode was the 20 route from Droitwich to the Westlands on the 20 corridor. Well, it was the 20B, but obviously I've done, well, obviously it was part of the 20 series, but the 20 series has now gone to First. Because obviously First Bus were bringing back their original bus network. First they started having the Clifton corridor, and also have taken on the 28s, the 27s. 27s goes to Blacknall, while the 28s goes to the 6th floor. There was a 26, but that got withdrawn from the network. And the 26 and 27 were operated by Astons along with the Clifton, but obviously the Clifton routes. So anyway, got a farmyard there. Very nice. So we are now in So down that way goes to the Checkers at Crowley. So a weak route is on the approach. This is a nice route, this is the 356. It's a fantastic route. So I'm joined by Fireboy Bourne, who has joined me on today's service. So here we are in Tiverton. I thought I would have said it as a joke. It's a long way to Tipperary. Well, maybe it's a long way to Tiverton. It's a long way to go. Anyway, just singing a bit of the classic songs. So, as you know, this week just gone was VE Day, Victory, Independence in Europe Day. Just gone. Hope you had a great. Hope you has been celebrating for VE Day. We'll meet again. Don't know where. Don't know when. But I know we'll meet again. No, it's we'll meet again. Don't know when. Don't know where. But I know we'll meet again. Some sunny day, some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies drive in our clouds far away. And will you say hello to the folks that I know? Tell them I won't be lonely. Anyway, we're now in Tiverton. So this is Tiverton, nice little village. So here we are, Tiverton. Now, unfortunately, my camera has started to overheat. So what I've done, I've decided to now add the last part on YouTube live stream. So we're finishing here at the Speed the Plough. Hello there, guys. We are in Worcester, and now we're doing the live stream version of the 356 up to Grafton, Flyford, which is operated by Diamond. Now, as you know, I couldn't do the full length because obviously my camera overheated, which was a bit unlucky because it was a hot day today. So, as you know, I couldn't do anything about it because if I kept it active, then my phone would have stopped working. It would have stopped functioning. So then that meant I'd have to put it in a cool location to cool it down. So this is the 356 up into Grafton, Flyford, and this one's got a lot of rural lines. I might be trying to do this as a recap on all the routes I've done today in a day. So today is the 356 route. So this is a very decent route, this one is. It goes from Worcester to Grafton. So here we are at Shrub Hill train station, which is on the Oxford, Worcester and Wolverhampton Railway. And it is a larger station, yes. So here we go. Now going on the Newtown Road. So I do like this route. Of course, today I've actually picked this route as my favourite. So I'm definitely going to be having a ride on the 356 again. So shout out to Wolverhampton bus lad. I know you enjoyed it. Good evening, bus spotter Tyler. Nice seeing you early. Couldn't stay as I was doing the 303 with GX06DYW. That's good. So shout out to GX06DYW, the Enviro 300. And fingers crossed I might be going up to Withell very soon. So I might be going up to Withell very soon to see that route, to see that bus in person. And I am looking forward to seeing it in person. Oh, hang on. Apparently, we're having to do this bit of U-turn. Anyway, speaking of that, we're just going to do this U-turn. So just bear with me. I can just do this for you. So we're now going down Liverpool Road. So we're also near to a Waitrose and Partners food store. So if I have missed out, so if I've gone the wrong way on this route, don't worry, because obviously you might have seen my actual video of the 356. But obviously I do like this route, the 356. I'm definitely worth doing this route again, because I know I like this route so much. I do like. It's one of my favourites. So 356 has become a favourite to mine. So we're now by the Worcestershire Royal Hospital. So we're now by the Royal Hospital. So good to say hello to you, Tyler. Hope you're keeping well. So we're now taking the exit and we're on our way to Crowley. So anyway, here's the sign here. So you've got a sign, a directional sign to the M5 northbound, the A449 for Kidderminster, the A4583 to Droitwich, and also to the Warndon Villages Business Parks. This is a very decent route. I do like this route. So here we go, along these lovely little windy roads. So it's really good. I'm now screen sharing this video, so it'll save me having to do it on my phone, because you know what I'm like. Because obviously I had to try and figure out the settings, how to operate this, but now, hey ho, hey presto, I'm now doing it. I'm now doing the real thing. Because I had to try and find a few additional devices how to screen share my videos. So this has done a very good job. This has the 356 from Worcester up to Grafton. I'm definitely well worth doing the Grafton again. So anyway, here's a farmyard. That's a farm. So as you know, my phone started to get hot. So we're now going along the plough road. So this place is called Tiverton. So we're now coming to Tiverton. So this is Tiverton. Now, you can probably guess, as we go down these light roads here, this is a bit like going up and down on the 877 from Wolverhampton to Stafford. So this is like going on the 877 and also going on the 8... the 877 doesn't go to Wolverhampton anymore. But obviously, this is a very decent route. I do like the 356. I'm definitely going to do this one again. A shout out to the Wolverhampton bus lad. You should check out the 356 yourself. I could show you the 356 at one point. So as you know, we did miss this half. We did miss out this half here. So this is the half that we missed out. So we're now on the old TPKAE road. So anyway, here's the railway tracks back up there. So this is the old Turnpike Road. So this is a very, very decent route going down windy roads. Now, as you know, these windy roads do remind me a little bit of the old 35B from Walsall to Lichfield via Stonell, and possibly also going like round on the 36 from. It's a bit like going round on the 36 from well, when it went from via the Stonell area. So this is really good route. This is going by these. Oh, there's a lovely little cottage there. That's very interesting. I do like the lanes. I do like the lanes runs. So we're now in Crowley. So anyway, we're now in Crowley. So this is Crowley or Crowley. So yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry about this, guys. Just bear with me. Hold on, love. Sorry about this interruption, guys. I know we do get a bit busy here at Joe's Bus Train Plan Lift Adventures HQ, but just ignore what's going on. So we're now in Crowley. This is a lot different than doing the Kimver all the time, because as you know, I do the Kimvers a little bit far too much. So coming over to here is just amazing, to be honest. Now, this part here was missed out. Obviously, I think it might have been down unless the service didn't get scheduled, unless this was... Because obviously, as you know, because since we had a street light, it was a bit too big, because obviously these little lanes are a bit tight for a street light. So you'd probably only get like a little van like the Ellis buses or maybe like the Solos. And this actually reminds me a bit of the 114 service from Telford to Bridge North. Speaking of those type of roads, we'll be seeing some of those in a moment. Now, these were the parts I touched. Now, these were the parts I touched last year. So we're now coming back into Crowley. So we're now back in Crowley. So we're now in Crowley Green. So we're now in Crowley. So we're now on the old turnpike, and this is going to take us over to Grafton. So we're going to go up to Grafton next. So we're going to go up to Grafton. So these country lanes actually remind me of being in Northamptonshire. These do. I do like this route. This is a nice run. So sorry, I missed out. Did a little bit of a random turn here. So yeah, I am gonna do this. I am gonna do this full length. Now, what I am going to... Now, I'm actually also going to make a documentary about the country lanes around the Worcestershire area soon. So stay tuned. I am going to do a more documentary of like... So I'm going to make a live stream video. So I am going to make some about the Worcester locals. So I'm going to do some diamond, a bit like what Anmore Central does. So I'm going to do somewhat Anmore Central does as well. Especially doing some routes, but some routes will have to be muted because some might contain quality that we don't want to hear, to be honest. And some have been filmed a few years back, so I could re-add them back in. So anyway, down there is a Ford. So there's a Ford on this line. And anyway, we're now on Earls Common Road. And this road reminds me of the windy roads on the 114. So this is like the 114 from Telford to Bridgenorth for those people who've not been on that service. So we're now in Earls Common. So I think this, I wonder if this is the common for the Earl of Dudley. I don't know. This is Grafton Flyford, the final stop. Thanks for watching.